In case you're interested in looking at the modified starting lineup, I have just posted the lineup on my Facebook page. You can find it there. And the Twitter, I'm also posting on Twitter if you want to find it there, the starting lineup for the print's a little bit small. You can explode it up. But the starting lineup is being posted for the modified 150. And it's now on Facebook as well. So if you want to look at the starting lineup, have it fresh in front of you, keep track of who the drivers are, it is all posted right now on my Facebook page or on Twitter as the modifieds get ready to go. Last few crew members down there getting the drivers strapped in and all set. Want to thank everybody for being here today at the Oswego Speedway. Really fine crowd on hand. And we're going to see some exciting racing action. Two big features coming up, starting with the modified feature, the 150. And then we will have the 60-lap Super Nationals. From the front row of Robbie Summers and Doug Colby, all the way back to the very end of the field with the one car in the 14th row, the 78 of Walter Sutcliffe Jr. out of East Haven, Connecticut, and the last-minute racing Chevrolet. No, he's
Drivers, start your engines.
So the command goes out to start the engines for the modifieds. We are ready to go racing. Great field of cars, 27 starting the 150-lap modified feature event. Of course, pit stops play an integral part in NASCAR modified racing, as it does throughout NASCAR. And you'll be seeing pit stops pretty much from the first yellow flag on. Oswego Speedway, pace truck down there from the Burritt Motor Car Company. Burritt Motors, located on Route 104 just east of the Oswego Speedway. Head down Jim Champagne Drive. When you get down to 104, turn to your right, go about a quarter mile, and you will find the Burritt Motor Car Company right there at the intersection of Route 104 and City Line Road. And you'll notice they are building a brand new dealership there. A brand new building going up for the Burritt Motor Car Company. Chevrolet Silverado pacing the field. Of course, Novella sponsoring the super modified division here at the Oswego Speedway. Pathfinder Bank sponsoring the small block super modified division. And Budweiser, the big sponsor forever here at the Oswego Speedway on Classic Weekend. ISMA Super Modifieds all lined up in the pit area. We want to thank everybody in the pits who had a tent up. They came down really quickly. We appreciate that very much, so the fans can see from the back grandstand to the front straight and from the front grandstand to the back straight. And they got a much clearer view right now with all the tents down. Again, thank you very much. I want to thank all the competitors for being here today at the Oswego Speedway. A fine field of 27 NASCAR Modifieds, and we had 17 Super Modifieds in the pit. One had to leave early, the 98 of Tyler Thompson. Something broke on that car. They're at the garage trying to get it sorted out. They will be back tomorrow for the International Classic. Tyler has time trialed into the International Classic field in the number 5 position. And the field underway. Ready to go racing, putting on a show for you here at the Oswego Speedway. 2 women in the field. Amy Catalano, the number 84. She is starting 17th. And Melissa Fifield in the number 01. She is starting 26th. Different color car for Wade Cole this year. Wade starting back at the rear of the field. Got a car stalled on the back straight. A few of them stalled back there. Now picking it up as one car stopped that had to stop in behind him. Wade Cole out of Heartland, Connecticut. The only driver I know in just about any circuit, particular a touring circuit, where he hauls the car on an open trailer. I still like to see that, going down the highway, coming to a racetrack, seeing cars rolling in. Yellow flag staying out for the NASCAR Modifieds. Defending champion Matt Hirschman starting back in 13th in the number 60. So he's definitely got his work cut out for him. But of course, we see a lot of passing here at the Oswego Speedway with the NASCAR Modifieds. A lot of passing done when they go in the pits as well. Pit stops, as I said, playing a very important part for the NASCAR Modifieds. 150 green flag laps here at the Oswego Speedway. And the caution staying out. The field was in good shape. They were all lined up here on the front straight when the autograph session started. The field came out lined up. We need people not to stand on pit haulers, please. If you are on a pit hauler, please get down. Timmy Solomito being waved around the pace car. And the number 16. He is supposed to be starting back in the inside of row number 12, alongside the number 14 of Blake Barney. In the pit area, we need spectators off the pit boxes. Spectators, please get off the pit boxes. Coming down this time, the field getting ready to go racing here at the Oswego Speedway. As we've got 27 really fine modified cars out there on the track. Ladies and gentlemen, get up on your feet down here on the front straight. As they come off the 4th turn, wave at the modified drivers. They will be waving back at you. A great field of cars here ready to put on 150 laps of hard modified racing at the Oswego Speedway. All the way down the front straight, they'll be waving at you. You wave back at them as they are ready to go racing here at the Oswego Speedway. You can see the drivers in the cockpits getting ready to go down into turn number 1 on the back straightaway right now. Ladies and gentlemen, get up on your feet back there. You also can make some noise for the modifieds as they come down the back straight. Give them a wave, give them a holler as they come down, going past you on the back straight here at the Oswego Speedway, ready to go 150 laps in the Toyota Modified Classic, presented by McDonald's, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Down the back chute, they're all set to go racing now. All 27 modifieds tuned up, ready to go. And the Oswego Speedway Burren Motor Company pace truck leads them down the front straight. Coming down the pace truck into the front pit gate entrance. Coming down the front straight, green flag is out. And right away, looking down to the inside, the 60 of Hirschman, trying to make a run down there, could not find room and had to get back up into traffic. Down here on the front straight, a bunch of cars, as we've got 2 cars that have stopped on the front straight. That brings out an immediate yellow flag. So one of the cars is pulled away. I believe that one has a flat left rear. At least it's leaning that way. That is the 25 of Calvin Carroll. He had started 18th on the field, Calvin Carroll. And he has gone to the pits, and they will repair the flattened tires, put new tires on the left side of the number 25. Also going into the pits was the 45 of Timmy Catalano. He started outside in row 10. Well, the final 50-50 number, $4,420. The winner of tonight's 50-50 is going to get $4,420. A big one on a Saturday here. We want to thank the 50-50 sellers. They did a fantastic job. Headed up by Debbie Ritzkis, who schedules them, gets them here. They do the hard work. And they did a fine job tonight. $4,420 the amount for the 50-50.
They actually started at 9 o'clock this morning in the campsite, so they've been going all day long.
And they'll be going all day long tomorrow, too.
It'll be a busy day for them tomorrow.
And it'll be a bigger payday, I'll bet.
Yeah, there'll be a few more people here in the grandstands.
Usually the Sunday 50-50 is a little bit bigger, or sometimes a lot bigger than the Saturday. Saturday bigger than Friday. Friday last night we had $2,543. So almost $2,000 more today than yesterday. Yellow flag staying out for the NASCAR Modifieds. 25 going back into the pit area, Calvin Carroll. He had been out once, back into the pits now. 2 laps have been completed. Still working on the 45 of Timmy Catalano. 25 stopping at his pits, cars going side by side. 3 laps complete now. So the Oswego Speedway safety truck pulling away from the field. Coming down out of turn number 4 one more time. Carroll and Catalano staying in the pits. That is Timmy Catalano. Tommy is also out on the field. Here's the green flag back out, and again, it is Robbie Summers off that pole position, jumping out in front. That time, Hirschman did not dive down to try to pick up a couple of spots. He is on the outside group going down into turn number 3, coming around on the first real green flag lap of the race as the yellow flag came out, run away. And now we get really going racing with the NASCAR Modifieds. It is Summers out in front. Doug Colby running in the number 2 spot. Justin Bonsignor is in third. The 21 back in the number 4th spot, that is Chuck Hosfeld. Hosfeld has already moved up a couple of positions. Keep your eyes on the number 60 of Matt Hirschman. He is 13th right now. That is where he started. Coming down to complete the lap. Good dicing at the front of the field as the 21 of Hosfeld running in number 4 spot, followed by the 36. That is Bobby Santos. Santos running 5th right now in the number 36. Down the front straight, your race leader, Robbie Summers, Doug Colby in the number 2 spot. Justin Bonsignor runs 3rd. Hosfeld is in 4th. Santos rounds out the top 5. Good dicing going on back in the field as we got a race back around the number 10 spot. 3 cars going at it between 3 and 4. On the outside, coming down the front chute, it's the 54, and that is Tommy Catalano. Tommy Catalano on the outside making a run. He's on the outside of the 27 right now, Tyler Reckerman. As they come down to complete lap number 9, your race leader is the 64 of Robbie Summers, and he is pulling away. Colby still hangs on to the number 2 spot, followed by Bonsignor, Hosfeld, and the 36 of Santos. Following Santos in the number 82 is Chase Dowling. Dowling running in the number 6 spot, but Tommy Catalano trying to make a run He is 54th. He is running in the number 8 position. Matt Hirschman has now moved up to 11. Hirschman in the number 60, the defending champion, has moved into the number 11 position. The front of the pack already moving up quickly, about a half lap behind the tail of the pack as they go down here in lap number 12. Robbie Summers closing in quickly on the rear of the field, and that would be Wade Cole and Fifield. Melissa Fifield and Wade Cole, the last two cars back there, along with a 25 who had made a pit stop. He is now charging back up through the field. That is Kelvin Carroll. Carroll at the number 25. Your race leader, Robbie Summers, has opened up about a 15 car length lead over the number 2 of Doug Kobe. Kobe in the 2 is running second, still just ahead of Justin Bonsignor in the number 51. 21 of Hosfeld and 36 of Santos, all right there with him, followed by the number 82 of Chase Dowling. Dowling is in 6th. Running in 7th is the 58 of Eric Goodale. Goodale in the number 8 spot, followed by the 07 of Patrick Emmerling and the 46 of Craig Lutz. Emmerling and Lutz rounding out the top 10. Summers, though, closing in quickly on the 2 slower cars. Melissa Fifield in the 01 and the 33 of Wade Cole. The flagger telling him to get down in line because here come the leaders after you. Right behind the 01 now, closing on her, is the 64 of race leader Robbie Summers. Summers in the 64th, closing down on Fifield and Wade Cole to put them a lap down. This is where some passing could happen. Keep your eyes on the front of the field as your race leader Robbie Summers goes to the outside and goes on by very close. Very, very close to the front end of the 01 of Fifield. Fifield still running in second. Bonsignor trying to make a run at the number 2 of Doug Kobe. Kobe hanging on to the second spot as race leader Robbie Summers goes to the outside and puts a lap on the 33 of Wade Cole. Summers, using the traffic, has been running away from the rest of the field. Doug Kobe still in second. Justin Bonsignor is third, followed by the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld and the 36 of Bobby Santos. Santos will be competing tomorrow in the International Classic here at the Oswego Speedway, driving the Jeff West number 1. Out in front right here, though, Robbie Summers, a former super modified driver, right now racing in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, the 150 here at the Oswego Speedway. He is out in front and pulling away. 19 laps have now been completed. Passing flag being shown for Wade Cole. He is staying down to the inside. And Melissa Fifield, she's also staying down to the inside as the rest of the pack going by him on the high side here at the Oswego Speedway. Summers pulled out a little bit when they were dicing through traffic. Now Kobe and Bonsignor trying to reel him back in. Hosfeld and Santos still running in the 4th and 5th spot, followed by Chase Dowling, Eric Goodale, Tommy Catalano, Patrick Emmerling, and Craig Lutz. That is still the same top 10 as we had a few laps ago. Out in front, though, the 64 of Summers. Got a pretty much of a clear field right now, about a quarter of a track away before he starts hitting more of the lap traffic. The next cars that are going to be going down are about a quarter lap ahead of him, but Summers closing quickly on them. One of them is the 25 who had to make a pit stop, Kelvin Carroll. He has spun early. Here comes the 51 down to the inside. Bonsignor making a run at Doug Kobe. Kobe trying to hold him off the corner. Kobe hangs on to the number 2 spot. Bonsignor running in 3rd. Made a run at the second runner. Chuck Hosfeld still is in 4th. Rounding out the top 5, Bobby Santos. Here again, Bonsignor to the inside. Solidly in there. Bonsignor going for the number 2 spot. Kobe battling back on the outside. Doug Kobe now hangs on to the number 2 spot, but Bonsignor back down to the inside, side by side between 1 and 2. Bonsignor on the inside, a little more horsepower going down into turn 3. Finally makes the pass. Took him an entire lap to do it, but now Bonsignor up in the number 2 spot, and Kobe has fallen to 3rd. Right behind him, the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld and the 36 of Bobby Santos. They are the top 5. Your leader coming up again to put a lap on, Melissa Fifield. Fifield about to go 2 laps down as we complete lap number 26. Next in line to go down, going to be the number 70. 78 of Walter Sutcliffe. He is the next car that's going to go down to the leaders, and the leader closing in on him quickly. And the 25 of Calvin Carroll also just a little bit ahead. Here's your race leader, Robbie Summers, closing in on the 78 of Walter Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe about to go a lap down as Summers has pulled a little bit away from Justin Bonsignor. Bonsignor in second now. Doug Colby is running in third, followed by Chuck Hosfeld and Bobby Santos still rounding out the top five. Running in the number 6 spot is Chase Dowling in the 82, followed by the 58 of Eric Goodale in 7th. The 54 of Tommy Catalano is 8th. 07 Patrick Emmerling runs 9th. And the 46, Craig Lutz. That's still the same 10 we had. The only change so far, second and third, as Justin Bonsignor took over the number 2 spot, and Doug Colby fell to third. Amy Catalano not all that far ahead of the race leader. Down here in the corner as the 64 of Robbie Summers closing in on the 25 of Calvin Carroll. As I said, Carroll had to make a pit stop early after spinning on the front straight. Tommy Catalano back in the pits in the number 45. He is going down laps, many laps already. Catalano also involved in that first lap, even before the start-finish line. Melee between him and the 25 of Carroll. They both went to the pits. Carroll was able to make a quick repair and come on back out. Not able to do that has been the 45 of Tommy Catalano. Summers now working on Wade Cole again. Puts Cole another lap down. He is now 2 laps down. Bonsignor, the 51, running in second, followed by the 2 of Doug Colby in third. Then the 21, Chuck Hosfeld, and the 36 of Bobby Santos. The cars running 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th are all very, very close together. Trying to find racing room to perhaps make a pass as your leader. Out in front, 25, about to go a lap down. That is Calvin Carroll. Summers right behind him. Bonsignor has closed ground just a little bit on the number 64 of Robbie Summers, but now a lap car between him and Summers. Bonsignor running in second. Doug Colby is third. Chuck Hosfeld, Bobby Santos rounding out the top 5. In 6th, it is still Chase Dowling, the 82, followed by the 58 of Eric Goodale, the 54 of Tommy Catalano, the 46 now, Craig Lutz has moved up to 9th, getting ahead of Patrick Emmerling, who's in 10th, and Matt Hirschman still in 11th. He started 13th. He has only picked up 2 spots and has not made much of a move at all in terms of trying to get around other cars. The leaders closing in on the back of the pack. Again, putting a lap on Melissa Fifield, but Bonsignor trying to run down the 64 of Robbie Summers. Summers out in front. He has led from the get-go. He was the fastest time trialer with a 17.550 and continues to set a very torrid pace here. He's had a pretty easy time of it for the first 38 laps here for the 150-lap NASCAR Modified Feature event. Bonsignor still running in second. Colby is third. Hosfeld and Santos rounding out the top 5. As right now your leader is closing in on the 34 of J.B. Fortin to put him a lap down. And then the 84 of Amy Catalano. Fortin and Amy Catalano, the next 2 cars about to be lapped here on lap number 40. As right now, here comes the 64 of Summers trying to get around the 34. Finally moves to the outside and goes by Fortin going down the back straight. Bonsignor moving in behind Fortin now to put him a lap down. Bonsignor in the number 51 running in second. The 2 of Doug Colby is third. 21 Chuck Hosfeld, 36 Bobby Santos, 4th and 5th. 82 Chase Dowling is 6th. Then it's the 58 of Eric Goodale running in 7th. In 8th is the 46 of Craig Lutz. Hirschman has now moved up to 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Tommy Catalano. So Hirschman and Catalano making a couple of moves, trying to move to the front of the field. They round out the top 10. Catalano in the 54. Hirschman is the number 60. Meanwhile, out in front, Amy Catalano, the next car to be lapped, and the race leader having trouble with her. Trying to get down to the inside, can't do it. Here comes Bonsignor. Bonsignor moving on the 51, the 64 of Robbie Summers. Catalano gets out of the way now. Bonsignor's got to try to go by her. Bonsignor on the inside, he gets by easy. Moving in behind now, the deuce of Colby. Then the 36 of Santos and the 21 of Hosfeld. Hosfeld in fourth, Santos rounding out the top five. The 60 of Matt Hirschman has moved into ninth. Finally starting to make a bit of a move in that number 60. But a long way between him and the race leader. As your race leader now, coming down between the turns, the 64 of Robbie Summers. Passing flag is out all over the place. Here comes Summers up on the 77, but right behind him, here comes Bonsignor. The 77 of Gary Putnam about to go a lap down, but he is trying to pass Fifield. Meanwhile, here come the leaders on the outside, going by Fifield, right behind Bonsignor, trying to put a move on the 64 of Robbie Summers. Summers now in behind Putnam, going to put him a lap down. Then Wade Cole is ahead of them to go another lap down. Here comes Bonsignor down to the inside, trying to pin the 50-64 of Summers on the outside. The lap car, though, slowed him down. Bonsignor has to slide to the outside, try to make a move down to the inside, going into three, using Putnam as a pick. Couldn't quite do it. Now they worked again on the 33 of Wade Cole. Cole already a couple of laps down, about to go 3 laps down as the race leaders go by him. On the outside, Summers and Bonsignor running first and second. Doug Colby has closed up again in third. Colby in the number 2. Followed way back now, the 21 of Hosfeld, the 36 of Santos. 82. Rounding out the top 5, Chase Dowling. He started in 8th. After Dowling, you got Eric Goodale running 7th. Craig Lutz is 8th. Hirschman is 9th. And now moving into 10th is the number 85 of Ron Silk. Silk, a strong runner, has moved into the top 10. After falling out in the early going, has made a good run and has come back into the top 10. He started in 9th. Your leader is the 64 of Robbie Summers. He's got a slower car ahead of him, another car to put a lap down, with Justin Bonsignor right there running second. Bonsignor trying to close up again on the number 21. 21 out in front, that is 64 out in front, rather, that is Bobby Summers. Summers in the 64, the race leader here is Justin Bonsignor. Going to try and make a run down into turn number 3, can't do it. They close on the slower car, trying to put a lap down on the front straight. Pulling down to the inside, the 06. He goes a lap down, that is Sam Ramo. Ramo going a lap down, letting the 64 of Summers and the 51 of Bonsignor go by easily. Here comes Doug Colby putting him a lap down now. So the 06 running 19th goes a lap down, just 18 cars remaining on the lead lap, and Bonsignor tapping on the rear bumper of the 64. Here he comes to the inside, has to back out there in turn number 3. It's Robbie Summers out in front, Bonsignor in second. The yellow is out. We got a couple of cars coming together down here in the first turn. And the 14 goes around him on the high side. 16, Timmy Salamito. The 5 of Kyle Ebersole. And the 75, that is Chris Pasteryak. They all get fired up and get going, but a little melee down here in turn number 1. Yellow flag is on the track. 55 laps have been completed. Robbie Summers, the race leader, but he has been hounded recently by the 51 of Justin Bonsignor. Doug Colby running in third. Then you got a lap. Blake Barney made a pit stop. Tyler Reikema in the 32 coming back out. He was running back in the number 15 position. Patrick Emmerling, the 07. Chris Pasteryak, the 75. 54, Tommy Catalano. The 25, Kelvin Carroll. All making pit stops, all coming back out. More cars going into the pits now. Ebersol back in the pits in the 5. Amy Catalano has gone to the pits. Blake Barney into the pits. None of the leaders have gone in. Top 5 remaining on the track. Top 6, 7, 8. About the top 10 have stayed out on the track. And the number 3, Matt Swanson, he came in, and look where he is restarting the race. He picked up a few spots going into the pits. Most of the cars coming back out. Amy Catalano, the 84, she is a lap down. Chris Pasteryak back in the 75. Going to be an interesting restart here, side by side. With Summers and Bonsignor in the front row, Kobe and Hosfeld in row 2. Santos and Chase Dowling in the 3rd row. No, Santos is in the 3rd row with Hosfeld. Dowling is in the 4th row, along with Eric Goodale, and the green flag is back out. Summers takes the lead. Looking down to the inside. Here comes Doug Kobe. But on the outside, Justin Bonsignor. Kobe back to the inside. On the outside, Hosfeld making a run. The number 21 trying to pick up a spot or two on the outside of the track. Coming down the front chute. Summers still out in front. After Summers, it is Bonsignor. Hosfeld has taken over 3rd. Kobe falls to 4th. Your leader is coming down the front straight. I don't know why the 06 shows as the leader. It's not. As the battle goes on for the number 1 spot, Bonsignor again looking down to the inside. Fifield coming by very slowly in that 01. There is Wade Cole going by as 1. The leader's already reeling them back in. Fifield going to go to the pits in the 01. Robbie Summers, the race leader. Justin Bonsignor in 2nd. Chuck Hosfeld is 3rd. Doug Kobe 4th. Bobby Santos still in the number 5 spot. Matt Hirschman looking for racing room in the 60. Looking again down to the inside. 51 Bonsignor making a run on the race leader, Robbie Summers. Summers has led the first 65 laps. Coming down off the corner, they got a slower car ahead, reeling him in quickly. But out in front now, Justin Bonsignor making a run to the inside is Chuck Hosfeld. Hosfeld takes over the number 2 spot. And your race leader, Summers, goes to 3rd. Down the front chute, passing flag is out for the 33 of Wade Cole. Here's your race leader now, Justin Bonsignor. Hosfeld running 2nd. Summers is back to 3rd. Kobe is in 4th. Bobby Santos still running 5th. Moving up to 6th now is the 46 of Craig Lutz. 7th is Matt Swanson. Ronnie Silk is 8th. Patrick Emmerling is 9th. And Chase Dowling now rounding out the top 10. But your race leader trying to get away is the number 51 of Bonsignor, but he's got Kobe right on his rear bumper. Passing flag out for Wade Cole. He stays to the inside. Leaders go by him on the outside. A little bit high. Summers now coming down to the inside. Summers got outside too far. Kobe on the inside. Kobe taking over the number 3 spot. Doug Kobe in the deuce. Use the slower car to make a pass and get around the 64 of early leader Robbie Summers. Running here in lap number 70. Couple of cars. Summers, one of them, spinning around, getting it straightened out, and off he goes, but he lost some spots. as some of your leaders got together here in turn number 1. Summers got it broadside, but managed to get it back in time and did not spin. But it dropped him out of the top 5. Summers now the early leader, running in 6th. Fifield takes the 0-1 to the pits. Out in front, 51, Justin Bonsignor. The 21, Chuck Hosfeld, running in 2nd. Doug Colby dropping back all alone in 3rd. Bobby Santos is now 4th. And rounding out the top 5 is Craig Lutz. Lutz has made a good solid run out there in that number 46. Robbie Summers, the early leader, is now back to 6th. Ronnie Silk runs 7th. Patrick Emmerling is 8th. Matt Hirschman is 9th. And Matt Swanson is 10th. Hirschman and Swanson started side by side back in row number 7. And here they run nose to tail, 72 laps into the race. Hosfeld trying to look over the race leader, the 51 in Bonsignor. Little passing going on back in the field as Matt Hirschman goes by the 07 of Patrick Emmerling. Hirschman picks up a spot that will move him up to 7th. Bonsignor, Hosfeld, Colby, Santos, and Lutz in the top 5. Summers back in 6th. Ronnie Silk in the number 7 spot. Hirschman is 8th. Emmerling is 9th. Swanson rounding out the top 10. Halfway, 75 down, 75 to go. It's been a good one so far here for the modified 150 presented by McDonald's, brought to you by Toyota. Down between 3 and 4, your race leaders starting to once again look at lap traffic ahead. They're about a straightaway, a little more than a straightaway behind the 78 of Walter Sutcliffe Jr. Sutcliffe in the 78, about to go another lap down. The leader's closing on him quickly as he goes by the 33 of Wade Cole. Out in front, Justin Bonsignor, the 51. He started 4th. 21, Hosfeld started 6th. The 2 of Colby started in the 3rd spot, but pole sitter Robbie Summers, after leading 60-plus laps, got shuffled around a little bit, and he is now outside the top 5. Justin Bonsignor, your race leader, over the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld. Hosfeld staying right with the leader. In 3rd, Doug Colby. He is a comfortable distance behind the front runners and a comfortable distance ahead of 4th running number 36, Bobby Santos. Santos has his hands full with a 46 of Craig Lutz. Your leaders now moving in again on the slower cars. Next to be lapped again will be the 33 of Wade Cole. He was used a couple of laps ago as a pick for a lead change. Bonsignor moving out in front of the 94 of Summers. Now he is still leading, but he's got the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld right there with him in the number 2 spot. Hosfeld, a strong 2nd. Colby is 3rd. Santos 4th, and Lutz rounding out the top 5. Your leaders coming up on the 33 of Wade Cole now, swinging to the outside. Cole stays down low, passing flag out from the corner. Next in line is going to be Walter Sutcliffe to go a lap down. And after Sutcliffe, it starts to get a little sticky with more cars just ahead of the race leaders. Your race leader is the 51 of Justin Bonsignor. Right there with him, the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld. They've got a battle going for the number 1 spot. Neither one of them has made a pit stop yet. In fact, most of the front runners have not made a pit stop. The deuce of Colby, 36 of Santos, the 46 of Lutz, 60 of Hirschman. None of them have made a pit stop. 64 of Summers. 07 Emmerling, I think, was the first car that may have made a pit stop, followed by the 85 of Ron Silk and the 3 of Matt Swanson. They are the top 10. Matt Hirschman calmly works his way up to the number 6 spot as Summers has now been shuffled back to 8th. Robbie Summers, the early leader and strong runner, pole setter, has fallen to the number 8 spot. 60 of Hirschman, getting by one of the slower cars here coming down the front straight. Hirschman in that number 60. Craig Lutz is in the 46. Hirschman has moved into the top 5 now, going by Lutz. Lutz has fallen to 6th, followed by Emmerling, Summers, Silk, and Swanson. Passing flag is out. Your leaders being reeled in by Matt Hirschman. Hirschman has closed a lot of ground in recent laps. Goes to the outside. He is working behind the 36 of Bobby Santos. Santos is 4th. Hirschman runs in 5th. Passing flag is out for 2 cars. 34 of J.B. Fortin and Calvin Carroll, the 25, getting the passing flag as Bonsignor has pulled a little bit ahead of the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld. Hosfeld running in the number 2 spot. Passing flag staying out as they go around those 2 cars. Kobe is still in 3rd. Santos runs 4th, but Hirschman has reeled him in. Matt Hirschman in the number 5 position, right in behind 4th running Bobby Santos now. Hirschman has closed a lot of ground. Started 13th, has made a big move towards the front. And he is now right behind the 36 of Santos. After Santos, there are a couple of lap cars, and then third running Doug Kobe. Santos is in 4th. Hirschman hounding him in that number 5 spot. Your leaders coming off the corner down into turn number 1. Bonsignor, 91 laps have been completed. Bonsignor out in front. The 21. Chuck Hosfeld in 2nd. Doug Kobe is 3rd. The battle is for 4th right now. The 36 of Santos. And the 60 of Hirschman running 4th and 5th. Coming around one of the slower cars back in the number 6 spot. The 46 of Craig Lutz. But he is quite back off the pace. Lutz being challenged now by the 07 of Patrick Emmerling. Emmerling is in 7th, 85. Ronnie Silk runs 8th. Early leader Robbie Summers has fallen to 9th. And rounding out the top 10, the 54 of Tommy Catalano. Santos working ahead of the 60 of Hirschman. Hirschman looking down to the inside, going into turn 3, has to back out. Sets in behind the 36 of Santos, a battle for the number 4 spot. Bonsignor in the 51 out in front, 21. Hosfeld running 2nd. The 2 of Kobe is 3rd. Here's the battle for 4th. Hirschman now working the 36 of Santos over. Checks him out low, checks him out high. Moves to the outside, coming out of turn number 4. Slingshot's outbound. Can't make the pass. But they are nose to tail. Hirschman behind Santos. Down the back chute. Matt Hirschman looking for racing room, goes to the outside. Hirschman on the outside of Santos. Trying to come around him off turn number 4. Hirschman moves up a spot. Hirschman now moves into the number 4 position. He's going after the 2 of Kobe. Doug Kobe running 3rd behind the 51 of Bonsignor, the 21 of Chuck Hosfeld. Now the 2 of Kobe is in 3rd, but Santos in 5th. Oh, it almost came together down here in the front straight. Santos has fallen to 5th as Matt Hirschman has moved into the number 4 spot, and Hirschman trying to close ground on the 2 of Kobe. There's a clear track between Kobe and Hirschman. Tyler Reicema goes around right in front of the leaders. They get through. Everybody gets through okay. Tyler Reicema. The rear end just came out on him. I think you're going to see the leaders make pit stops right now. As we are at lap number 98, 52 laps remaining. A dandy of a race here for the NASCAR Whelen Modifieds. 99 laps complete. As soon as pit road opens, you're going to see all the leaders come in. I'm pretty sure about that. Reicema gathered it up and pulled off. He did that right in front of the leaders coming up on him quickly. Matt Hirschman has pitted. So undoubtedly he will take the race lead when everybody else has to pit. Hirschman in the 60 had pitted on that very first yellow flag. Bonsignor drops down low, Hosfeld. And Hirschman goes to the pits. Hirschman into the pits with everybody else. Just about the entire field going in. Justin Bonsignor the leader, Chuck Hosfeld second, Doug Kobe third, Matt Hirschman fourth. Bobby Santos is fifth, Patrick Emmerling sixth. Craig Lutz is seventh, Ronnie Silk is eighth, Tommy Catalano ninth. This is a break for Robbie Summers. He comes all the way down to the first pit stall down here. And he will get some service, and he desperately needs it because his car had gone away quite a bit. The early leader in this race going back towards the rear of the field. See who comes out first here. So 101 laps have now been completed. Your car is coming out of the pits. Bonsignor got out first. Kobe is second. Hirschman gets out fourth, I believe. Field coming down. Solomito, Catalano, Emmerling, Tommy Catalano, then Bonsignor, then Kobe. Silk is now running third. Hirschman fourth. Santos is fifth. Hosfeld back to sixth. Summers gained a couple of spots. He is now seventh. Matt Swanson is eighth. Rounding out the top 10, Chase Dowling is 10th. Well, they switched it around a little bit. 58 now, listed as 9th. That is Eric Goodale. Matt Swanson in 10th. Then comes Dowling back in 11th. Catalano, Tommy Catalano is 12th. 102 laps complete. Amy Catalano had gone back to the pits. She is coming out again. The number 84. Yellow flag staying out as we complete lap number 104. Chuck Hosfeld has gone back to the pits. Hosfeld into the pits. Stop and go penalty. But that will put him at the rear of the field, I believe. Hosfeld going a lap down. No, he does not go a lap down. Goes to the rear of the field. A stop and go penalty for the number 21. You can bet he is going to be charging. Got one of the fastest cars on the track. So the field coming down one more time. Solomito going around the leaders. Emmerling and Tommy Catalano up in the front row. So there would be the cars running 1 and 2. Justin Bonsignor will now be fourth, or third rather, behind Catalano. The two of Kobe alongside. Green flag is back out with 46 laps to go. Your 2 leaders drift a little high. Bonsignor down to the inside, goes by the front rope on the restart. Down to the inside, Hirschman making a run. Bonsignor, what a great move on the restart down here in turn number 1 to move back to the top spot. Bonsignor, the number 51. 85, Ronnie Silk is now in second. Emmerling on the outside, gets the fast shuffle. Emmerling on the outside. Here comes Hirschman down to the inside. Hirschman right ahead behind the 36 of Bobby Santos. He passed him once, got to do it again. Hirschman stays low underneath Emmerling, goes by him. So Hirschman up to the number 4 spot behind the 36 of Santos. Bonsignor, the race leader, running in second, the 85 of Ronnie Silk. Santos is third. Hirschman runs fourth, a battle for fifth. Doug Colby trying to move into the number 5 spot. He is underneath the 07 of Patrick Emmerling. That's a battle for fifth. Down the front straight now with 111 laps, 110 laps complete. 40 remaining. Your race leader, the 51 of Justin Bonsignor. Bonsignor, Silk, Santos, Hirschman, and Emmerling, the front 5. Coming off the corner, making a run at the leader, has to set back in behind. Bonsignor hangs on, Silk, Santos, and Hirschman has dropped back about 2 car lengths. Patrick Emmerling in the number 5 position, just ahead of Doug Colby. Here comes the outside, Ronnie Silk. Silk trying to make a run on the high road, couldn't do it, sets back down in. Santos right there with him in third. Hirschman runs fourth with laps running down, 38 laps remaining. Here in the modified 150-lap feature event. Still good racing going on all around the track. Here is Ronnie Silk again looking to the outside. Again, he can't make the run out there. Hirschman has dropped a little bit behind the third running Bobby Santos. Hirschman is in fourth and is losing ground to the leaders. Here comes Patrick Emmerling. Passing flag is out again for the 33 of Wade Cole. Cole about to go another lap down. Your leader's charging in on him. Battles back at the rear of the field between Kyle Eversole in the number 5 and the 14 of Blake Barney. They're not even running on the same lap. Here are your leaders coming around the outside of Wade Cole again, putting him another lap down as Cole stays way down to the inside. Bonsignor out in front. Silk right there in the number 2 spot. Running third is Santos, but Hirschman has fallen back a little bit off the pace. Hirschman holding off Patrick Emmerling for fourth. Emmerling running fifth. Colby is in sixth. Tommy Catalano now in the number 7 spot. Robbie Summers running 8th. Matt Swanson is 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Eric Goodale. Goodale in the 58 is running 10th. Your leaders again coming up on a slower car. Time running down, 33 laps remaining as they come off the corner this time. Passing flag is out for the number 78 of Sutcliffe. He is already a few laps down. He's about to go down another one. Bonsignor, the race leader in the 51. He started in fourth, trailed early leader Robbie Summers for a long time, finally moved into the top spot, has held it ever since. Passing flag out for Sutcliffe. He stays down to the inside. Matt Hirschman just doesn't seem to have what he had earlier before that pit stop, as he is running fourth but losing just a little bit of ground all the time to the race leaders, the 51 of Bonsignor, 85 of Silk, and the 36 of Santos. Then you got Hirschman in fourth, Emmerling rounding out the top 5. Doug Colby is 6th. Craig Lutz is in 7th. Tommy Catalano is 8th, Robbie Summers 9th, and Matt Swanson filling out the top 10 in that number 3. Inside 30 laps now. And for the time being, nobody trying to challenge anybody in the top 7 or 8 positions. A little bit farther back, you got a challenge going on for the number 10 spot, with Swanson trying to hang on to it. And right behind him, the 58 Laviello coming out of a big crash over in turn number 3. 3 of the leaders up there. You've got Bonsignor, Silk, Santos, Hirschman, Emmerling, Colby. They all made through okay. Followed by Lutz. So it must have been a couple of middle of the pack cars that are sideways on the track over there. Oh, one is Robbie Summers. Early leader Summers. Early leader Robbie Summers, one of the 2 cars involved over there. He got a tail tap. That's what sent him around. Summers makes it through okay. Didn't hit anybody and didn't hit the wall, but he got tapped in the tail just a little bit, and that sent him around big time. And so Summers now back at the rear of the field. The other car involved over there was the 14. He wasn't involved in the original mishap. That is Blake Barney. Eric Goodale, the 58, I think was the car involved with Summers. He tried to stop. Summers was cutting down on him. And he tried to stop but couldn't do it. And that sent Summers around. Just caught him in the tail just enough to turn the car sideways. Fortunately, no big damage. Nobody got collected, really. Hosfeld makes another pit stop. And also the 82 making a pit stop, Chase Dowling. Timmy Solomito has gone to the pits. He is coming back out. Hosfeld back on the track, Dowling back on the track. 25 laps remaining. Crossing the 125 lap mark. Yellow still out. We go to lap 126. Bonsignor, Silk, Santos, Hirschman, and Emmerling. The front 5. Colby, Lutz, Tommy Catalano, Swanson, and Goodale rounding out the top 10. Summers back in the number 11 spot. Hosfeld running 12th. Chase Dowling is 13th, and I think everybody else 14th on back is at least 1 lap down. Wade Cole made a pit stop. Walter Sutcliffe Jr. made a pit stop. They're coming back out. Yellow flag stays out. The winner of this race will draw the 50-50 winners for both the Oswego Speedway and for ISMA. I don't know what the ISMA total is, but the Oswego total is $4,420. I would imagine we're getting close to a restart here. All the pit stops have been made. And the field. '75 of Pasteryak sent around. Lucky Dog. He'll go to the rear of the field. I don't know if that puts him back on the lead lap or not. But it's a side-by-side restart with Bonsignor and Silk in that front row. Santos and Hirschman in row 2. Emmerling and Kobe in the 3rd row. Lutz and Tommy Catalano, row 4. Row 5 is Swanson and Goodale. Pace truck down low, gets out of the way, into the pits. Field starts to pick it up. Green flag is out. 22 laps remaining. Bonsignor, Hirschman on the outside now, making a run, trying to get around Bobby Santos. Santos down to the inside, Hirschman the outside, running hard out there alongside the number 51 Bonsignor out in front. Silk right there with him on the outside. Silk now drops back down in. Hirschman on the outside. Hirschman up alongside of Santos going down the back straight. Hirschman making a run at the number 3 spot. Santos dives down to the inside, stays there, but Santos can't hold off Hirschman. Hirschman now up to the outside, working on 2nd running. Ronnie Silk in the number 2 spot. Bonsignor the leader. And we got a spin. Emmerling going around down here. Emmerling goes around. He was running 5th. He was right ahead of Craig Lutz and may have gotten tagged by Lutz to go around. Doesn't lose any laps. Also over there, the 3 of Matt Swanson, and he got out of there okay. Did brush the outside wall. Got his nose bent down a little bit. I'm sure he'll make a pit stop. Well, so they're going to do a restart, another side-by-side. Yeah, it was Lutz, got into the back end of Emmerling, and that sent him around. Again, one of those accidents where it could have been a lot worse, but everybody managed to get through, except a couple of cars involved in the original incident. Bad break for Emmerling, takes him right out of the top 5. Lutz, on the other hand, he goes into the top 5. Track officials watching this again. Oh yeah, the 3 of Swanson hit the wall a pretty good lick. Not horrible, but enough to do damage to the front end of the number 3.
I'll tell you, Ronnie Silk is really doing good on the outside on those restarts. That outside coming out of 4 is a faster way around, so that's everything that he can do to hold him back.
Well, that puts Santos back in the catbird seat on the outside.
I think he'd rather be, I don't know, it depends on if he's tight or not or how he's going around, but he had a tough time staying on the inside. He couldn't hold him off.
133 laps complete, coming around on 134. ISMA Super National coming up next, 60-lap ISMA Super Modified feature event. Yellow flag stays out. 17 laps remaining, 16 as they cross the stripe. So it'll be in the front row, Bonsignor and Silk. Row 2, Hirschman and Santos. Lutz and Kobe in the 3rd row. Summers back up the number 7 spot. He'll be starting inside Tommy Catalano. And they'll be followed by the 58 of Goodale and 16 of Solomito. The 3 going off on the hook. So that ends a good run for the 3 of Matt Swanson. Chris Pasteryak into the pits again. I believe he is a lap down. Coming right back out after a very, very fast stop. "15 laps remaining." The field scuffing tires down the back straight. Yes, Pasteryak hustling to catch the rear of the field. Yellow flying out. Coming out of the pits is the 32 of Tyler Reikema.
The reason the 75 is stopped on the backstretch, he actually made up a lap. He passed the pace car when he went through the pits. So to keep the timing and scoring correct, they have to let the field go right by him again, get him back in his proper position.
Yeah, he'll fall in at the rear. But at the same time, it's winding down laps for all this. So we've got 13 laps remaining right now. Maybe 11 by the time, maybe 12, maybe 11 by the time we go back green. So Bonsignor, the 51, is the leader. 85 Silk is second. 60 of Hirschman, 36 Santos, third and fourth. Craig Lutz and Doug Kobe, fifth and sixth. Tommy Catalano, Eric Goodale, seventh and eighth. Chuck Hausfeld and Timmy Solomito running ninth and 10th. Followed by Robbie Summers and Chase Dowling. They're all on the lead lap. Emmerling is on the lead lap. Going to be a 11-lap shootout. The field ready to go. Silk is going to be making a run at Bonsignor. Santos and Hirschman will be going at it. Look for Hirschman to dive down low coming out of 4. The pace truck will pull off the track down here off the 4th turn. Here comes the field. Green flag is back out. Hirschman up to the number 2 spot, gets underneath Silk on the restart. Right behind Bonsignor, down to the inside comes Craig Lutz in that 46, but Hirschman, the defending champion, is now going after the race leader, Bonsignor. Coming down the front straight, 10 laps to go, 10 more times. Bonsignor, the leader. Hirschman running second. Silk is third. Lutz has moved to 4th. Santos drops to 5th. Kobe is in 6th. Tommy Catalano runs in the number 7 spot. Eric Goodale is 8th. Timmy Solomito is 9th. And Chuck Hausfeld rounds out the top 10. Hausfeld now gets dumped to 11th as Chase Dowling goes by him. Out in front, Justin Bonsignor. Hirschman right there has not been able to make a run, but here he comes. But on the outside, look at Ronnie Silk go. Silk trying to make a run on the high side of the number 85, can't do it. Hirschman in the number 2 spot, right behind Bonsignor. Bonsignor, the race leader, heading down the back straight. Bonsignor out in front. We are running in lap number 143 when they come off the corner. Across the stripe, there'll be 7 laps to go. Bonsignor trying to hang on. Hirschman right there with him. The defending champion trying to make it 2 in a row. Does not seem to have enough, however, for Justin Bonsignor. Bonsignor, the race leader. Hirschman on the outside, making a run, coming out of turn number 4, sets back down in. He is in the number 2 spot. 6 to go. Silk is in 3rd. Lutz and Santos rounding out the top 5. Here comes Hirschman again, making a look on the outside. 5 laps is going to go. 5 to go, and Bonsignor has the lead. Hirschman right there with him. They have pulled away from Ronnie Silk, Craig Lutz, and Bobby Santos. Off the corner this time, 4 more times around. 4 laps to go. They are coming up on the slower car of Wade Cole. Cole is going to be reeled in. He's going to be passed before this is over. The only question is somebody going to use him to be able to pick off the car ahead. Look as they come around now. Wade Cole down to the inside. Bonsignor. Here's Hirschman trying to pin him in. Hirschman trying to pin him and can't do it. As Bonsignor hangs on with 3 to go. Hirschman right on the rear end trying to get around the 51 of Bonsignor. Silk, Lutz, and Santos have all gotten by Wade Cole. Now there are 2 laps to go. 1:48 right now. Complete 2 more times around. White flag next time. Justin Bonsignor, the race leader. Matt Hirschman in second. Ronnie Silk, Craig Lutz, and Bobby Santos rounding out the top 5. Off the corner, the white flag is out. 1 more time around. And I don't think Hirschman has enough to get by, but he's looking down to the inside. Hirschman trying to make a run, but Bonsignor shuts the door. Bonsignor out in front, coming off the corner, checkered flag. The win goes to Justin Bonsignor. Matt Hirschman is in second. Ron Silk is third. Craig Lutz is fourth. Bobby Santos is fifth. We got a car on the wall down here. That is Robbie Summers. Well, what a bad night he had. Santos is fifth. Colby is sixth. Goodale is seventh. Salamito is eighth. Dowling is ninth. And Tommy Catalano fills out the top 10. A great finish. Well, he won the thing last year. He gets a podium finish this year. Matt Hirschman finishes behind the 51 of Justin Bonsignor. Bonsignor with a race winner. Going to take a ride around with a checkered flag. And he's coming back this way. Justin Bonsignor. Meeting a lot of traffic going the other way. And I think he's going to do a Polish victory lap. First one was done by Alan Kulwicki in NASCAR. So waiting for the race winner to come around. Bonsignor in the 51. Super Modifieds, get ready to go. Super Modifieds, get them ready to go. There is your race winner, Justin Bonsignor. Oh, the checkered flag on the roof. It goes right off the other side. Photographers coming out to get the photos. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Toyota Modified Classic 150, presented by McDonald's, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, the number 51. How about a great hand for Justin Bonsignor? Matt Hirschman and Ronnie Silk also on the podium with him. Doug, while we're waiting here, why don't you do an interview? You're down with third place. You want to do that first? Ronnie Silk finished in third, and Matt Hirschman, the defending champion, in number 2 spot. Doug, let's go down to you.
Well, Ronnie Silk. He's up in front of you, and it just looked like they had maybe just a little bit too much for you.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was really pretty good until that last restart, and I messed up and missed a shift. But good run for us. Third is respectable. We struggled on the first run on the first set of tires, and the guys made some good adjustments at the stops, and it's a good day for us. So congratulations to the 51, and we'll try again next time. Well, we're coming to you. We got you live on Fans Choice tonight, the Toyota 150 by McDonald's, and anybody you want to give a shout out there to, a special thanks and a hello to? Yeah, I just can't thank my guys enough. All the guys that work on this, my car owner, Kevin Stewart, Kenny Stewart, Bob Caton, just everyone that puts a lot of effort into this. I couldn't do it without them, and they've been doing a great job. Well, congratulations. Ronnie Silk coming home third place tonight in the Toyota 150.
We're going to get a word over here with Matt Hirschman. Money Matt. Come on over here, Matt. We got to face this camera way up here with fanschoice.tv. Yeah. Matt, Justin just looks like maybe track position might have been key.
Yeah, it helped that he was out front there. I had to work to get up to him, but yeah, I mean, we were right there at the end contending, so that's a good thing. I'd like to win, but still a good run.
If you could add another restart, maybe give him a little wheel.
Well, I mean, I had a little wheel going coming down the backstretch there, and he closed that off, and yeah, that's. You know, if I'd have hooked him in the left rear there, it's a dangerous place. I've raced here a long time. I don't want to see somebody get hurt there. You hook and hit that wall on the inside. That's not a good thing. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, I just, that was what my instincts told me to do. You know, I'd like to win, but also I don't want to wreck myself or get somebody else wrecked either.
Well, it's a great finish tonight. Toyota 150 by McDonald's. And Matt Hirschman comes home a fine second-place finish. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you.
We'll get over here and talk to the winner in a few seconds here. They got a little work to do with NBC Sports, and we'll get in here and talk with Justin Bonsignore. Well, now we're going to get a chance to talk to Justin Bonsignore. Justin, yep, go ahead. Drink it up, Bud Light. Justin, your first win at Oswego Speedway. It comes with the Toyota 150 by McDonald's, and you held off a strong Money Matt at the end there to get him. Great run.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable car tonight. Ryan Stone brought a great Phoenix Communications car today, and we unloaded really good. We made a long run in practice, about 30 laps, and I was really impressed with the speed. And you know, we got the second there early, and you know, they got that bonus money, so I was kind of in the back of my head to try and get to the lead for that. And you know, from there, just set a good pace. Had a great pit stop. Guys always are. It's one of the best on pit road here on this series, and we were a little snug at the end. They could roll to us up to the center, and I could get a good drive off. And of course, you know, with Matty behind you, it's you know he's going to run you clean, but you're just on top of it as hard as you can. And you know, I actually messed up a little bit through 1 and 2. I should have waited on the throttle and hugged the boilerplate. Instead, I tried standing in the throttle, and I just ran all the way up to the outside fence. And it's a deceiving look. He had a nose, and we made a little, made a little contact. But it's awesome to win up here. We don't get to come up to Western New York too much. It's always a great crowd, especially to be here on Classic Weekend. I mean, a lot of history here. So to finally win here, we've been close a few times, and I've been a lot of heritage here. I wanted to win and get my name in the record books here. So just thank all the fans for coming out. Hopefully they have a great rest of the weekend, another great race tomorrow night, another great race tonight. So just thank everybody from Oswego, Bud Light, McDonald's, Toyota. I'm going to ask for some McDonald's. Where's that?
All right, we're right down the. We'll give you a ride down there afterwards. Justin Monsignor, Toyota 150 by McDonald's, your champion tonight. Classic Weekend, Oswego.